Hello everybody, how are you? Brian here, and welcome to my YouTube channel where I talk about eye-catching art and eye-catching things. Today is quite exciting because I'm starting yet another mural project, and this has been a long time coming. I started talking to the client about this project in the winter time, and it's summer now, and we've finally been able to just get the ball rolling and start it today. And I'm just getting everything ready, and I hope you can stay and join me for the ride.
This was a really fun and whimsical project, but it wasn't without some hiccups. It's for a local brewery and bar, and the proprietor and their clientele are really huge dog people, so it had to be about dogs and booze. The client wanted something really colorful and busy, yet keep on with the general color scheme of their establishment, which is black and white. Colorful but black and white. This nearly drove me nuts. But after a fairly long time with multiple drafts and many back and forths with the owner, this is what got the green light. Anywho, stuffs are all packed up and ready to go.
So I made it to the site. Welcome to Black Lab Brewing Company and Bar. And this is their back patio space here. And that freight container out back there's what we're painting with the design. So Black Lab Brewing Company is located at 818 Eastern Avenue on the eastern south side of the city of Toronto. So let's go and have a closer look at our canvas. So it's a beautiful day out today, and we even have this sunshade, which will make my life so much easier. I don't mind getting more of that vitamin D. This certainly helps, especially when we stay on out here for hours on end. So it is quite dirty though. There are some things peeling off of it. So we're gonna have to power wash that nice and clean before we can do our doodle grid and start putting the design up on there.
This power washer is really nifty to have. It got rid of all the caked on dust and peeled off any old loose paint. This will really help the new paint adhere properly on the mural surface. It's kind of difficult to use a projector in this case, so a doodle grid was the most straightforward way to do the design transfer. Basically, I randomly doodle all over the mural surface and take a photo of it after I'm done, just to make sure that the photo is not distorted in any way. Okay, before I forget, if you're enjoying the video so far, please give it a like, subscribe for more, and share it to someone who might also enjoy it. Thanks, you're helping a lot more than you know. Then, I simply superimpose the design on top of the doodle like so, and there we have it, a doodle grid reference. I use Photoshop to do this, but many photo editing apps or programs can do this too. It's pretty straightforward from here. I simply draw out the design following the doodle grid. It looks super chaotic at first, but I will be blocking out the doodles, leaving only the design of course. I love using this simple but very accurate way of enlarging and transferring the design onto the painting surface, especially when you don't have a projector or it's difficult to set one up outdoors. Also, I don't have to waste an entire day waiting for it to get dark outside.
2,000 years later.
The next day, I started spray painting the cloud colors, which was perfect to get those very soft transitions of colors. Although I was outside with lots of ventilation, I still wore my respirator and safety goggles. Spray painting is really something I struggle with. Just look at how messy things got. But trust me, this madness is just part of the method. My spray painting artist friends out there, please teach me how to use this stuff. Anyways, after I get those undercolors on, I start to shape the cloud swirls with white paint. It got fairly difficult at this point because I lost some of the doodle grid, so I actually had to redraw the cloud designs with a pencil crayon before painting it. Time for a drink break. The staff here are really accommodating. They're always asking if I want something to drink, and their raspberry kombucha is especially delicious and refreshing. Okay, back to work.
No.
The next day, later.
Just finished the clouds, perfect time for a break. And guess who came by with some lunch?
Nasubo nga ako, be. Yung ano, magkano na yung mga ganyan?
$8.
$8.
No.
I'm all finished with the doodle grid, so it's time to get rid of them at this point. Pretty satisfying to black out the doodle grid, and bit by bit, a clearer view of the design emerges. They even kept me company.
One debt to society later.
For the paints, I'm using Bear Brand Marquee Series, which is a paint and primer in one, and is good for interior or exterior use. I only need ever so much, so I'm using the 80-ounce sample size actually, but I did get white and black in quart size cans since I'd be needing more of them. And again, I'm using my trusty old muffin trays as my palettes to hold my paints in. I've passed the most taxing stage of the entire process at this point, and I really enjoyed working on this part with all the different colors, textures, and tidbits of detail. I still did a lot of color blending to match the original design. It was definitely not 100% accurate, but very close. Initially, I was using my old phone strapped to my wrist to look at the reference, but even on a cloudy day, the screen was too dim that I couldn't really see the design. So I went old school and printed the design, put it inside a clear plastic sleeve, and placed it on a clipboard. I kept the black paint underneath, which is part of the general black and white theme the client wanted, but this also created a bit of a neon look with all the bright colors on top of the black background. Everything was going pretty smoothly until I noticed everyone in the patio area had moved inside. Out of nowhere, the blue skies turned cloudy and gray and started to rain pretty heavily. The rain got worse, and although I had a couple of patio umbrellas shading the spot I was working on, the rain was just too much. You can see how much rainwater was running down on the painting. Thank goodness the paint I just applied was dried enough that it didn't wash off. That would have been one hell of a cleanup and a bunch of time wasted. Thank goodness for this gazebo tent for keeping me and my supplies and equipment dry. So all I can do is wait for the rain to stop, listen to its drops, and enjoy more free drinks from the bar. The rain just kept going, so I packed it in for the day and hope for better weather tomorrow.
298 frozen patties later. Much later.
Yesterday was literally the best kind of day to be painting outside. It was sunny and dry, but wasn't too hot. This day, however, was brutally hot and sticky. I was tanning to a crisp, but at least I have all the cool and refreshing drinks I want from the bar. Just had to push and keep on at it, but this hot weather brought a lot of customers out on the patio. Now, don't get me wrong, I like passerbyers stopping for a quick chat while I work, but having big crowds like this while working on the mural had some challenges with it. First off, I had to stop painting quite a lot as people would ask about the mural and the painting process. Secondly, the physical space got way too tight, especially on special days like this with a party or event going on. You see some of the red chairs and how close they are to the mural? They're empty right now because their sitters are just getting some drinks from the bar. But while they're away, I took the liberty of just nudging them a bit farther from the mural.
$3,000 years later.
We're almost at the finish line, folks. Just had to add the stone cobble effect at the bottom in black and white, some more finishing touches here and there, and add my Instagram handle, eyecatching.art. That's AYKATSING.ART. Then clean off the borders with some of the black paint to make it look nice and crisp. And voila, that's pretty much it. Oh, and one last thing at the very end, I had to spray the entire mural with a clear protective coating. Here's a closer look. It's Rust Oleum brand, and this gives it a cohesive sheen and some additional protection from the elements and from inattentive bar patrons. Done and done. Thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to sub, share, and give this video a thumbs up. Eye-catching out, and see you in the next one. See you later.